It is said that everyone has a purpose in life, that one special gift or talent that we are created to do. For Ryan Marshal, that talent is one of beauty and leaves spectators in awe. Ryan was diagnosed with autism at an early age, which made finding that purpose uncertain.
Ryan, when he was very young, we noticed that he did a lot of things ahead of time, and a lot of things were very far behind. So we kind of knew that there was a gap early on. We just didn't put it together until he was close to about 3.5 years old. And we knew then that his language was what we noticed the most, wasn't coming. And that's when we went to Vanderbilt and he was diagnosed as being with autism.
Throughout his childhood, Ryan enjoyed puzzles and video games, but still had not found that something he was passionate about, until one day he tried swimming.
After the 8th grade is when we talked to Brandon about getting some lessons in 8th grade. He watched his sister swim and got interested in it, and that's when we talked to Brandon about getting some lessons.
I first met Ryan when his sister was swimming for me at Siegel, and he'd come to the swim meets and I'd ask, "You want to be on the swim team?" And he said, yeah. So they put him in some swim lessons with a former swimmer of mine, got him up to speed, and then he started practicing with us.
With a newfound interest in swimming, Ryan quickly began to improve and compete in the Special Olympics.
The first year was funny. We couldn't get him to understand the difference between practice and the meets. He'd go the same speed. So we kept trying to tell him fast arms, fast feet for the meets, and but it didn't click until one meet for the Special Olympics. He won his first event, got his blue ribbon, and he was all excited. Next event, he came in 4th, and he looked at that white ribbon. I said, "Well, Ryan, if you want that big blue ribbon, you got to go fast arms, fast feet." And he looked at me and went, and just walked off. Well, the next event was his backstroke, 50 back, and that horn went off, and he just took off, and he won it. And then they called his name to get his blue ribbon. He looked at me after he got it. He looked at me and said, "That's better." That's when it clicked.
I can remember us saying, well, he's done 100 free in 2.5 minutes. And then by the end of the year, it was down to 1.5 minutes. That kind of percentage of increase is pretty phenomenal for 1 year span.
Over the course of time, Ryan mastered and developed a swimming stroke that many find difficult. That stroke was the fly. What is your favorite stroke you do in swimming?
Fly.
The fly? Yeah. When was do you remember the first time you started to swim?
Yes.
Yeah? How did it make you feel when you swam for the first time?
Well,
Did it make you feel very happy?
yeah.
Yeah?
The day we really figured it out was he just swam fly, automatic. We really didn't teach him so much. We gave him some pointers and we perfected some things, but he learned that pretty much on his own, I think by watching other people.
Ryan's hard work and dedication were quickly recognized by the number of gold medals he took home. How many ribbons do you have? Do you know? Do you remember?
Do you know how many ribbons? I don't.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot, yeah.
He has so many ribbons, the medals, the big swim meets. It just means so much to me to see that kid, what he has accomplished, because I do good to get across the pool. And I know swimming, it is a very hard exercise program. I mean, there's no way I could even swim to even keep up with him, even from day one when he very first started.
From Ryan, I learned, don't put any limitations on it. And that helped me as a coach with all swimmers. Don't put limitations on anybody. Just try it, see what happens, see what works, and just dream big. Working with Ryan also has opened up a different world for me, and working with a bunch of different special needs athletes, which is something I never actually expected to do, and something that I've found more rewarding than any coaching experience in my life.
Inspirational as to for what he's been able to do. No boundaries. being able to just accomplish what he has and enjoy doing it at the same time.
He has a loving personality. He sees the world through a whole different lens than anyone else does, I think. And from that, you just have to take from it and kind of view the world the way he does, and just really look at people different, check your values, enjoy life.
Finding your purpose in life is not the end, but the beginning. For it is what you do with that purpose that counts. For Ryan, that purpose is swimming. But beyond the strokes and gold medals is a young man that demonstrates perseverance and hard work that inspires us all.